Hey, guess what, everybody? We're back. This is awesome. Just here to shoot the shit. The Dorks doing our annual once a year episode because we have to. Been here since 2016 and we ain't going nowheres.
We should reduce it to less than once a year.
Once a year. Well, probably ought to, but hey.
Do you think everybody just knows who we are still that you don't need to introduce?
Well, it does say on the TV here, but welcome back to another episode of the Dorks. I am good old JB, joined as always. I'm not sure if you're on my left or where the hell you are.
Well, so on the screen, if you're looking at the screen, I'm on the right side. However, if you're basing it on the fact that you're looking out this way, if you're looking out this way out of the screen, then technically I'm on your left.
As always, to my left is the talker of talking. Welcome back, Sam. How the hell have you been, man?
I'm good. How about me telling you about the greatness of StreamYard?
This is impressive. I have to say, we've been doing it old school style for how many years? We're so old. We've been doing this. We're like 90s kids doing 1997 solutions to podcasting. But now look at us. Using this excellent service, StreamYard, we're able to, Sam's in North Bumblefuck and I'm in Reading still. And here we are bringing you yet another episode.
How is the Lancaster area now North Bumblefuck, since that's where you're from?
I'm not there.
And now you're a Reading guy. Yeah, we don't have to be in the same. We don't have to be in the same place anymore, which is nice because I don't want to see you.
Yeah, we don't have to see each other, and neither one of us has to wear pants, as you can tell. This is kind of nice, also. So, thanks to this wonderful technology, we're able to bring you an episode almost 7 years to the day that we brought you our first episode.
Is it?
Yeah. It was. It looks here. And I mean, I'm a little off, but it looks like our very first episode was uploaded April 6th, 2016.
Was that? Did we start post-Mania then? Probably
No, that's not true because that was episode 6. We might be over 7 years.
Yeah,
that's just the oldest one I can find on here. Wow, see full show. Oh, here we go. Episode. Oh my God, I can't even tell. See all. 2021, 2018, 2017. It was April 1st, 2016. Who Are the Dorks was our very first episode. And
right, so around Mania.
It was god-awful.
And then we just cranked out that many episodes that quickly, too.
Yeah, we did. Now, the thing that I will say, and I don't want to get too technical, it looks like I uploaded 3 episodes on April 1st, so we probably recorded before then, but by the time my dumb ass figured out how to do it. So we might be actually 7 years.
Yeah, who knows? It could have been, or we could have tried to do a couple topics at once separately. Yeah. Who knows what we were thinking? Let's just say, I mean, we've made millions of dollars doing it, so we clearly knew what we were doing.
I mean, we're making so much money we can use this free application to bring you the next iteration of this show. So a lot has happened since we've been here last. Honestly, our last episode that we gave you was March 30th, 2022, almost a year ago. And it was the Dorks Comeback Mania special, which went, but hey, not all comebacks are built the same. So here's yet another comeback for you all.
What? Wait, that comeback failed?
Well, I mean, it took us another year to put another episode
out. I thought I was going to say, I thought you were like basing it on like popularity. I was like, because we weren't, trying for popularity.
Oh, yeah, we were definitely not trying. Now, I will tell you, that was one of our highest ever viewed episodes. We had almost
6?
Double digits. Yeah, I was just saying almost double digits. But anyways, a lot has happened.
There's no cough button, by the way. So
yeah, there's a quick mute, and I think that I made it. All I have to do is hit M. So I just changed the shortcut keys so I can cough.
See, if you just did the M for the whole episode for you, it would probably be the new highest rated episode.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Well, yeah. See, that sounded way better just then. So.
You're having way too much fun.
I love the technical aspect of this. Let me tell you that. And speaking of technical aspect, Sam, I know I hear you've become an audio engineer yourself on your newest podcast, The Undermic Show. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's technically a podcast as it's not available on any platform. It's more of like a YouTube / whatever show. Yeah, I am the permanently recurring guest of the Under Mike show. I run the handles like you are right now for our weekly video, typically 20 minutes in length, and then I put out some reels onto our Facebook page, so you can find the Under Mike show on Facebook and on YouTube. The Under Mike show.
These reels show up on my reels randomly. I'm going through and I'm seeing cat videos and girls shaking their asses, and then Sam's dumb face. It's like those are the three things I get on my reels. It's quite a mix.
If you were smart, you would watch those reels and bet what I bet in the XFL, my picks, because I'm undefeated this season.
Yeah, and, I know this.
Yep. I know that you also have some friends that probably need those picks to get themselves out of a few pickles. They should. So
I might have a few criminal friends, but
nothing's changed in 7 years. You still have
one of the longest ongoing running gags on this show is the WrestleMania trip that never was because of my crooked friends that screwed us over. Well, since then I've acquired more crooked friends. So just keep them coming. And somehow this shithead that you're seeing on your television, can we say shithead on Facebook? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Is undefeated not only in XFL picks but in crimes.
Wait. I'm undefeated in crimes, like I've never been caught, or
yes. Well, yeah, I'm sure you're well on your way, because if you're a friend of mine, you're out there committing crimes. Let's put it that way. So yes, yet another friend of mine has been placed in handcuffs recently, but we won't talk about him because he's shitty. Let's just say there's a lot of PPP money out there for everybody. If you're interested, want to get a loan from the government and not give it to your employees, I got a guy for you. So you might notice I'm dressed like a moron today because today is fantasy baseball draft day. That's the whole reason I decided to do a show today, because I had to talk about season 21 of Hardball Heroes is here, everybody. Season 21.
That's amazing.
It really is. We have a long ass history, and you should see some of the things that I have. Actually, I can share a screen, can't I, Sam?
Yeah. You got a bunch of sad humans in that league, you know?
All right, so how do I do this?
To do a league with you for 21 years?
Oh, it's terrible.
How many times have you won the league, JB?
Well, let me show you something. I sound like Fire Marshal Bill.
He's got a graphic.
Yeah. Share screen. Window, entire screen. This one here. Share the screen. All right. For those of you who are interested, check out the average finish by manager in the 20 seasons of Hardball Heroes.
For those of you with X-ray vision, or super good vision, I can't. All right, can you zoom in?
Yeah, I can. Hold on, JB. All right. So here you go. Can you see that now? I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I can at least see names. I can see Chad's the best, then Scott, then Tom. Are all these people currently in the league?
No. Only Scott is the only person.
Yeah, Chad was kicked out because he's too good, correct?
He played 1 year and got kicked out.
Oh, okay. So, then that Chad shouldn't be on there. 1 year should not qualify for an average.
It qualifies. Look, here's what I did is I took the raw data, and here's every year, every finish, every team, how far back, how many points they finished, how many points they finished behind the leader. So there's the raw data, right? So then here's grouping by manager, how each team and all their team names and everything, and then average finish by manager. So we've got some serious losers down here.
That's me, Sam C.
Sam C. Average finish of 9th.
and below there, is that man in jail?
No.
Oh.
Right here is man in jail, Patrick.
Oh, no. But I see. Oh, is that Sam D that says?
Yeah, it's another Sam. So
how many Sams do you know?
I have a lot of Sams in my life. And if you count Samantha's, that's even more.
Yeah. I never met Sam D, did I?
No. He's a former Marine sniper. And I was very much a fanboy at the time. So anyways, big dork. So so here's everybody. Everybody's here. Finished by year. I can group this by manager. Here's me. Look at me up and down every single year. Up.
How many wins is that for you?
That's 0. That's a big old goose egg there.
You literally are like actually, you're not like the Pirates because you're competitive sometimes and you try, but.
Yep. Here's best finish by manager. I'll zoom in here. Best finish by manager. All these guys, these are all the champions in the league. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've only had 8 champions in 20 seasons. So you can tells you how many people like are constantly. But I
mean, that's a pretty high number. You figure most of your people at the bottom have only probably played a year or so and then bounced.
Yeah. So best finish. There's Sam C. You finished 8. You must have played 2 seasons and done a 10th and an 8. And
then I must have. Yeah, you probably like forced me into 2 seasons of baseball after I quit my big baseball league that I used to do, and I almost after that was like vowed to never play again. And then you're like, we need somebody.
Yeah. So fantasy baseball is my favorite. There's no doubt.
Oh, I'm tied with Janice.
Yes, you are. Yeah, and she finished. I think she played 2 years too.
We're like 2 peas in a pod. We're the same.
Pretty much. Look at all the different names I've had over the years, though. Look at those names. Clobbersaurus. Hot young guys. Yeah, anyways. So that's enough. Back to us. So,
are we going to talk wrestling or?
Yeah, we're going to talk everything. So let's jump into that because we are the Dorks. We formerly known as the Wrestling Dorks. Did you watch SmackDown? Please tell me you watched SmackDown.
To be honest, I'm barely watching anything. I watch Raw because it's Monday. It's a little more convenient after bowling, and I catch the tail end of it. Friday night is just a bad night for wrestling to be on.
It is.
It's hard, like typically, and unless you're like a loser and by yourself, which a lot of wrestling fans are. Friday night, typically like the person you're with either wants to do something, or even if you don't do something, like they want to at least like hang out with you and watch something together. And it's not going to be wrestling for me. So I try to keep up with what's going on. But what happened on SmackDown? Give me a rundown.
So the 2 big things that came out of this week's SmackDown, obviously we're only 2 weeks away from Mania. Rey Mysterio is being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I saw Ray was going to the Hall of Fame.
We all know it's going to be Ray versus his son at Mania.
Right. So it's going to happen, you think, at the Hall? Like he's going to...
So, yeah, because Dominic came out again and tried to fuck with him and was trying to get him, like, oh, you're the worst dad ever. He's pushing him, shoving him, trying to get him. And it just... Ray still walked away and wouldn't. He refused to fight him. So I think the Hall of Fame is that Thursday before Mania.
Yeah.
Mania is Saturday, Sunday. I think I wouldn't... I don't know what you think about this, but I think what they're going to do is have Dominic do something at the Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
As soon as they inducted him, when I saw he was being inducted, I was like, they're going to use the Hall of Fame for an angle to like finally make the match. And that was going to be like his like breaking point or whatever,
Oh, yeah. But what are your thoughts on using the Hall of Fame to further storylines? That's never been done before. It's always been like a separate entity. Like it's like
yeah. I mean, it hasn't been like a very like this, but I mean, this storyline's been going on, but I mean, I know they've hinted at stuff like at Hall of Fame. Like I think when Hogan went in or in one of the iterations, he gave out like a never say never. And then at WrestleMania, I think he came to the ring and got in the ring and did a little something. But I mean, I guess they feel like this is needed to like be the final straw that makes Ray want to like fight his son.
Yeah, I think so too. I just am not crazy about using. I like the idea of it being not sacred, but it's like almost like it's above wrestling or it's its own thing. You know what I mean? Like we're celebrating your stuff in the ring on a Hall of Fame stage. You know what I mean? But I guess they make Rock and Roll Hall of Fame people get up on stage and play at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So
yeah. Plus, like this Hall of Fame is fake. So
that is all fake, right? By the way, today's episode brought to you by Mountain Dew Zero Pitch Black. This is the best soda of all time.
I do hate that the WWE puts like such like obviously Ray is a Hall of Famer if we were having a real wrestling Hall of Fame, but like this Hall of Fame is like they put in anybody, just people will like. All right, we need to have so many people this year. Stacy Keibler's available.
Right.
Like there's so many like people that should not be. What
are they putting her in?
Yeah.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch now. But anyways, yeah, you're right. You know what I think they ought to do is just have less people go in. I don't
At
know.
some point, they need to like start that trend,
Yeah.
have it be one, maybe two a year, because at this point they're putting everybody in.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's kind of cool if you're a wrestler and you made it to the WWE. But like, yeah, how is like Stacy Keibler going in, but not like Hardcore Holly? You know what I mean? Like, and it all depends on your current relationship with the company too, which is kind of frustrating. Like, you have to make amends before you can get in the Hall of Fame.
If there's amends that need to be made,
right.
yeah, hardcore Holly. But no, I wish it was a little bit more exclusive, and they did like one or two guys a year or more if it was warranted. And some guys they don't ever even get in until they're dead. And it's like, all right, let's try to do this while these guys are still here and can enjoy it.
Right.
But yeah, it's so I'm assuming Ray's the headliner.
Ray's the headliner for the Hall of Fame.
Wow. So they're going to use the headline to like at the end to further, storyline.
He's gonna have to, and I mean, it'll be good. I'm a little bit torn on whether we should be using the Hall of Fame, even though, like you said, it's a fake Hall of Fame. Should we be using it as such?
He's putting Dom. You think he's putting Dom over, right?
Well, he better. Otherwise, Dom's done.
I mean, a lot of people aren't big fans of him to begin with, so
he's pretty awful. He is pretty awful. The only thing you could do is have Ray win, but then Dom like destroy him. But really, we've seen that so many times. Dom putting Ray out. So the other big thing from SmackDown was the Sami Zayn. I mean, I'm assuming as a Twitter man and a Reddit guy, like you probably saw clips, but the pop. What happened was it was supposed to be a Jey Uso and Sami Zayn face to face for the first time in forever. And Jey just like gave in and just started beating the shit out of him. And then Jimmy came out, and then Kevin Owens finally came out and saved Sami. And
yeah, they have really dragged out like this, like I guess they need to over TV drag out like, well, Kevin Owens, and when we all know like, and people were speculating before like Sami Zayn's gonna get them, the Mania shot, or it's gonna be a 3-way. That was never going to happen, especially with Vince McMahon back. I don't care what they say, back in control.
Oh, he's back.
He was never going to get the title shot. And I guess right now, from what I'm reading, is that WWE is giving Charlotte Flair the main event over the tag match.
Yeah.
So she'll main event night 1, and Cody and Roman will main event night 2. I don't know, like. This, I don't get me wrong. Obviously, the whole storyline's been long and great. I wish, though, I just don't like how some of these WrestleMania matches are booked last second now. Like, I want them on the books, and they stagger like when they come on the books, almost like. And and I guess and again, I don't watch the product as much as I once did, but to me, I feel like there's been like 2 matches that are well built, and it's the 2 matches that should main event, the tag title match and the Roman and Cody match. To me, obviously, is less built than the tag match because Cody was the Rumble winner. Like to be fair, what ended up happening is it really should have been Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns for the title.
Oh, absolutely, it should have been. That's what the people want,
and that's what was built to and could have been. The
only thing is, it probably had to do with Cody, his injury. I'm sure that the plan was not long term have Sami Zayn be such a thing, but when Cody went down and was out all last summer and fall, they had to build something. Sucks.
I don't think Cody was the Sami's. From everything I've heard, the Sami Zayn thing was supposed to be like a 6-week thing, something very short and done, and it just got over so much organically that they just kept building and building and building, and they saw how popular it was and they ran with it. So kudos to them. But sometimes, this time I feel like they've cut it a little bit short, and we really could have had a moment where it's Sami versus Roman, and we could have had the big whatever be, even if it was Sami versus Roman with Kevin Owens in Sami's corner, I know that wouldn't have given KO a match maybe, but still it's like, that their long time, storyline to get the friendship. I don't know. I think that would have worked, but we got what we got. So
Yeah, I mean it's good. It'll be fun, and I'm glad they're splitting it up over 2 nights. I just don't know how super excited I am. And now they added you might have missed that. The Intercontinental title is back on WrestleMania for the first time I think in 3 years.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah, but again, it's a triple threat. Like you can never just have one guy who like is the fight to get the IC title.
No,
they don't do that. So now it's Gunther defending against McIntyre and Sheamus.
I know that they were saying McIntyre. They were looking at. I remember Brock was originally an option for Gunther, and I guess Brock said no, and that's why we ended up going this Omos route or something. But I guess you want to get Sheamus and McIntyre each a match. So, and Gunther's been a long reigning champion. He had a great Royal Rumble performance. He's been built up a ton. Should be, I guess, a good match. There's a storyline that's been amazing. I don't know, but I know. I guess there's
a story there that he's the toughest guy. He's the European guy that's tougher than them. You know, what I mean? Like it has some legs to it, but I mean, it's nothing like story wise. But you can like, if you're a long term wrestling fan like us, you can kind of like envision why these guys are fighting.
Yeah,
you don't need to be told why they're fighting. Now, John Cena versus Austin Theory, you need to be told why they're fighting because like. Yes, Cena cut an awesome promo against him on that Raw. I don't know if you saw it 2 weeks ago.
I did see that.
Great promo, but there's no story there. Like it's really if in the context. And again, you've always said you want your wrestling to make sense. You know it's fake, but you want it to make sense. In the context of things, it makes no sense that Cena just showed up against Theory.
By the way, I know it's predetermined. Let's not say I know it's fake.
Yes, that's sorry. Yeah, it's predetermined entertainment, exactly.
But Cena, I mean, I get it. He's the Austin Theory. You're supposed to be the next big thing. You're supposed to be the next John Cena. Well, you got to go through the V-band, the John Cena with the strange bald spot.
I like that he called out his bald spot though.
Yeah.
And Cena was just like,
yeah.
But yeah, and so it'll be a fun match. It'll be kind of like last year when it was Owens versus Stone Cold. Remember that match was so much fun to watch. I'm hoping that Cena in Theory is like a fun match.
Well, I mean, and there will be a lot less. I mean, there's more limitations on Stone Cold than John Cena, I'm sure.
Yeah, there should be. Except the only thing is Cena's probably like so overinsured because of all the things he's in, all the movies, and he's got that Peacemaker show and stuff. He's probably not allowed to do a lot. Kind of the reason that The Rock never came back for Roman Reigns.
Well, I don't think The Rock can do whatever the hell he wants. Yeah, The Rock said, I don't have enough time to get ready. I mean, The Rock is financially in a different stratosphere than John Cena or Stone Cold Steve Austin. True. I mean, The Rock's got a million different ventures. The Rock's got the XFL. The Rock's more of a Hollywood star than John Cena. So let's not put John Cena in The Rock's territory.
You're just sucking up because you want him to pick you as his XFL guy. You're like, hey, Rock, I'm pretty good at this.
I mean, let's not like. Oh, I mean, I'm not saying wrestling and just in wrestling. I'm just saying in the pantheon of life. John Cena's done pretty well, but he's not The Rock.
So let me ask you this: so next year, are we going to Philly?
We have to. It's too close not to.
It's the 40th anniversary. It's in Philly. It's 2 nights. I mean, seriously, we should be getting that hotel room like now. We should be going down Friday, Saturday.
I mean, I really don't. I don't think. I mean, really don't need a hotel room though.
You don't think? Just drive back and forth. You think?
Where I'm at, I'm a less than a mile from a train that'll go right into the city and take me right back.
Because I'm just thinking, like, you partied up Friday night at, like, and then you get up Saturday and go to Mania. But you're right. You could just train it back and forth.
With the unwashed masses.
Yes. The other thing I was thinking, though, like, wouldn't it be nice to kind of tailgate kind of over in the stadium at the Link if you drove down?
Yeah, I know. I would.
I
would do that.
It's something to think about. I mean, I've got numerous people have asked me if I'm going and if they can come along, but they'll all fall apart or be in jail by then, I'm sure, because they're friends of mine.
Yeah, and I know I got people that want to go too. So
yeah, I mean, it should be a huge thing, and I bet you there's gonna be a lot of huge groups. Philly is just it goes hand in hand. It's gonna be huge no matter what. And
it's the Northeast. The Northeast are the people that care about stuff. We care about sports. We care about wrestling.
Sports. Did you see the World Baseball Classic? Did you see your boy Trey Turner?
No, I was not watching that. I was.
Are you? What are you?
Why would I watch that when my team's in the tournament for the first time in over 10 years? And it's why the World Baseball Classic? Do you think, in terms of Pantheon versus the NCAA tournament, when people, the World Baseball Classic is fine fodder, but it's like nothing compared to the NCAA tournament.
I guess I don't have a team in the tournament, so I guess I can understand that. So
they're not even close, even in sports, on the pantheon of like sports. The NCAA tournament is, to me, every year one of the top 5 events in sports. And the World Baseball Classic, I wouldn't have in the top 50 events in the sports.
I think it was fun. So the answer is no. You didn't see it. Got it.
No, I was getting texts, and I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. I don't care about your World Baseball Classic.
Where's that? The cough button. There it is.
I made some money betting on it, to be honest, just because I bet on a lot of underdogs that have done well, because I was like, some of these teams care, some of them don't. I bet on I got some nice Spanish, we'll say, underdogs, because I know it's very important in their culture, baseball. I hit Australia the one game as a big underdog, because Australians care very much about sports in general. And I know, sadly enough, and I haven't bet against them, but I haven't bet on them either. USA for me, I know they're, granted they had that, that was awesome that I saw the replay and everything, the Grand Slam, and everybody's going nuts. But it's like a lot of these guys are like, meh, USA. Like it's not like life and death for them. Whereas like when Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic go at it, like the celebration where Diaz unfortunately got hurt and blew out his knee, like that was awesome.
That's awful.
I will give him getting hurt was awful. I didn't mean the game and how
that's awesome.
How pumped up they were. That was awesome. Like those teams, meant the world to them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cool tournament. I mean, I don't care as much as I'm leading on to, but it's kind of like just a whole bunch of all-star teams against each other.
Oh, are you doing the fake caring again? Damn you.
No, not the fake caring. I mean, I just, like when Bednar, the Pirates representative, was in, I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then he fucking gave up a solo homer. And I was like, oh, nice. But it was still cool to see my team represented. So
you said the Pirates representative. Every team don't get a representative, right? It's just
no.
Okay.
Yeah, you get chosen. Like I don't think the Yankees have anybody, and well, at least not on Team USA. But like, it's just fun also to see like these teams, the lineups, how stacked they are.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like, and not just USA. Some of these other teams, it's incredible.
Yeah. No, the other team. Yeah, I saw the betting. Dominican Republic was a huge favorite, I believe, to win and I bet against them a couple times because I figured they'd feel some pressure. Now
USA faces Cuba. Probably not going to win that one because Cuba is always amazing at baseball.
But now, like with it no longer being the way it is, haven't they lost a bunch of their? I guess although those guys can play on this, it's not like they have to
still play there. It's just because they're playing here doesn't mean right.
I guess it would have been a lot more interesting back in the day because this would have been where they defect. They used to defect at these tournaments, and they were watched like hawks if they were allowed to play because this would be the time they would try to escape.
I think you're right. I think that's where Cespedes came from. I think was the first World Baseball Classic.
I forget which guy read the story where he like escaped on like a daring like boat or something.
Like a raft made out of like
they do. Yeah. And they there's players that the people they've escaped with died on the mission to try to get out. So it's Cuba is going to be very, very pumped up. Who's starting for the US?
I think it's gonna be Wainwright this game. Pretty sure. It was God, I don't even remember who started last night. He did not do too hot.
Okay.
But I'm telling it was just cool because the passion is there, even for Team USA, who usually is like, if we win, we win, you know what I mean, kind of thing. But when Turner hit that grand slam, man, I know I had the tournament on one TV and I had that on another TV. And I think when that happened, I just happened to not be watching the tournament because I think somebody was losing. And I was just like, wow. But yeah, baseball season is almost here. I just want to give my little I'm very excited, even though I'm a Pirates fan. I am going to opening day. My dad and I are going.
I can't believe your dad's gone.
Yeah, I'm excited. And he bought our opening day tickets. We're front row and right field, in foul territory, but down the line. So I'm thinking that's Kutch territory, and we're right where the stupid that fence thing or the netting where that ends. There's like an opening there where the ball usually can carry him into right. So I'm just thinking, I mean, I don't want to get myself too excited, but that's like where Kutch here you go, JB. Here's a ball for you.
Like you're an 8-year-old kid.
I will be wearing which way do I go? My Andy Van Slyke jersey when I go, because you got to represent. But yeah, we're gonna do. It's probably the first father-son trip we've done in a long damn time. We went to Pittsburgh once, many, many years ago, but I was planning to go by myself because I have no friends or fiancés who were willing to go to Pittsburgh in April because it doesn't sound too appealing, but it'll be cool.
You know what we should have talked about when we were talking about wrestling, by the way? Did you see that WWE is trying to get a independent auditor to come in to audit their results so it can be gambling? They're pushing that they want WWE to be the next big gambling sponsor. I'm surprised you didn't see that?
I did not see that.
It was all over like CNN, Fox News. Yeah, WWE has begun the start of trying to see if they can get to become gambled on. So in the state of Pennsylvania, it probably wouldn't be legal because we block so many different wagering events. Like other states are allowed to bet on like the Oscars, and that's where they're saying, hey, the Oscars are able to be gambled on, and that's an event that's voted on and kept under lock and key, like the results. Well, this is, to me, it was super interesting. WWE says all our storylines are going to be written out, every single match result for like 6 months in advance moving forward. And that way,
I don't like that though.
Well, listen to this. The wrestlers won't even know what's going to happen. They won't be told till right before they go out to the match who wins. Wow.
Maybe that's good, but I just don't know if I like the idea of things being pre-written out, because what if a storyline falls flat?
Well, I just laughed. I just laughed in general that WWE thinks that I'm honestly going to believe that you're going to write out 6 months in advance and stick to it. I mean, they changed the script the day of almost every time because of Vince McMahon. And now you're going to tell me you're going to write out 6 months in advance and have every match on paper that's going to occur when there's injuries and there's shit that you change at the last second. So I think it's a bunch of crap, but I think they're seeing that how high ratings are on sports because of the ability to wager on them. Yeah. And their ratings have, even though it's still good based off of the rest of the TV, because TV ratings in general are down, they're seeing their ratings are dipping, and they know the ad rates that they get and everything are all tied to ratings. So it's just interesting to see if wrestling becomes the next big wagering event.
That would be interesting. I mean, I would definitely wager on it. There's no doubt.
Because it feels like you kind of know like which way you think.
I would feel like I'm an expert of some sort, but that's the other thing. Would they then start to have like wacky results because they don't want guys like us who've been watching like let's say Mania? We know Ray's got to go over on Dom. But like, are they going to now be like, you could see crazy results?
I don't know. I mean, there's been wagering offshore. I remember we used to go over the odds on the show. There's been wagering, just not legalized in the U.S. So that's been going on.
It doesn't matter. They don't necessarily have to pull one over on us. It just matters on how many people are going to.
Like I remember, I think it was like the Jerry Lawler versus Cole match. Like Lawler was like an enormous favorite. Like there's no way Jerry Lawler is going to lose. And Michael Cole won. I remember, and there was another match where there was like a huge thing because obviously, in wrestling, you can have the guy lose by DQ, so it still protects him. So it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'll be first in line to try that out. I just don't know how. It feels like a little bit shady, just another way for them to make money that they don't need, But hey, whatever. Shit, something was in my brain.
And it went away because your brain is stupid?
Yeah. I was going to say something to the effect of like, we've been doing this show for so long and we've always bitched about how, for some reason, it seemed like back in the old days, storylines were built up to Mania. And like just in the last 4 or 5 years, it's been like some guys will be added to a match a week before Mania. And now we're supposed to do shit.
I mean, I guess we really don't know if they were really added a week before, or that was like storyline always the plan, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
But the Omos versus Lesnar, there's no way that was the plan for months.
And like to get us to care about it, they've done like one segment or two segments on the. I don't know.
And somehow, because of they look at what goes online, I saw the Lesnar almost like stare down or whatever, and was like the #1 watched video.
Yeah, why? Are they? I don't know. It's probably made up shit, but either way, I don't know, man. This has been a fun time doing this again. I'm not saying we're going to do this a lot, but this is so easy thanks to StreamYard that you can be like virtually. Oh, here's other news. You're looking at two guys who are engaged, not to each other.
That's true. That's true.
Not to each other. I mean,
yeah.
Might as well be, but
yeah.
Look at us. There's two women out there that actually can handle our presence for more than 15 seconds. That's unbelievable.
And our next show, by the time we do our next show, we'll probably be single.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. Well, first of all, they'll watch this episode and go, Jesus, these are a couple of losers.
They're not going to waste their time watching this episode.
The only reason they might, God, where's that cough button? Only reason they might is if it comes out across a reel. You have to teach me how to jam it into their reels. So
it's very simple. StreamYard is very good.
So you get to pick what clip goes on the reel, or does it just like you
No, you make your own clips.
Oh my God. I've been doing that on Twitch all this time, and
you make your own clips, and you can be any length of time up to a minute, and it's very simple. Like, like back in the day when, we'd have a good like joke or something, you could just clip that out and,
Oh my God. We haven't had any good jokes this time, I don't think.
No, I mean, it's pretty much over for us, but
no, come on. It's not over. Let's face it. We have watched and listened to a lot of shows out there. I'm not saying we're better than all of them, but there's a lot more that are more successful that are way less entertaining than our show.
Right. Plus, the thing is with our comedy has to be toned down a little bit, because we're in a lot more cancelable environment, than we were in the past.
You're talking about me. Me mostly. Yeah, I mean, I don't recommend you all go back and listen to some of those 2016 episodes.
Yeah, shut it.
yeah, maybe that was. Let's just preface it with that was way before Me Too and before, people had rights and shit. You know what I mean? I may have just talked about whatever I wanted to back in the day. 2016, holy shit, that was like pre everything. We were both still working at Fells Wargs at those days.
Yep.
And now nobody works there. Yeah, nobody works there now.
No, they don't. Just the execs cashing checks, Don't
get me started. I started to go on this rant about executives and stuff the other day at work, and then I was like, I got to stop, So anyways. All right, well, cool, man. Well, thanks for doing this. This is a little bit of creative outlet.
You're very welcome.
Because, what?
You're very welcome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you giving me welcome. I just, because, I sit in here and I do schoolwork and I work in this office and at home. This is my home office, by the way. There's my home dog in front of my home fire. Anyways, but I sit in here and do schoolwork and I just don't get to do a lot of fun shit in my supposed recording studio. So I appreciate you doing this with me. I'd like to do it more often, but we know that's not going to happen. So let's not even pretend.
Maybe we can do a specialized Mania preview show.
I would absolutely be down with that. And, now that I know how this StreamYard works, I feel like it opens up a lot more possibilities because I have a friend who hasn't been to jail who wants to do a baseball podcast with me so bad. He's been saying it for years. And I'm like, dude, you live in Bumblefuck, or maybe I do, and you live in a normal place. I don't know. There's no way we could do it. And now it makes it so easy. So anyways, thank you, Sam, for introducing me to this. I appreciate it. So I got to go prepare for my 21st baseball draft because that's in like an hour and a half. So I will talk to you later. And thanks for joining us. And how do we always sign off?
I say later.
Oh, do we? Okay, so.
You say something and I say it later.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for listening to another episode of The Dorks. And goodbye.
Later.
That was terrible.